Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today we have a huge Ripple XRP update. I think the majority of this episode is going to be lawsuit type of news, but we also have a couple of XRP juicy crypto updates that you want to know about if you are an XRP holder. So make sure that if you are an XRP holder that you press that like button for the YouTube algorithm to show this video to multiple different people. And that's about it. Let's get it going. So first of all, there was a guy, simple man, who said prices that'll certainly happen one day, and he puts XRP at 0. So Matt Hamilton, ex-Ripple employee, says, lol, XRP being one, the few coins on that list getting real-world adoption and usage, and you have it at 0? You need to give your head a wobble. And this is funny. Why? Well, because you guys have most likely seen people like Moon Carl, and a couple of these other big Bitcoin guys in the crypto community with tens or hundreds of thousands of subscribers. They're all hating XRP, right? But I've noticed, because I see them all the time, that they changed their mind the last couple of months because they are pretty convinced, or at least see XRP doing pretty well, or they have kind of let go of this bank argument, they've let go of this centrality argument, they've let go of all these weird reasons as to why this could not succeed. And honestly, this list is rather interesting. Not exactly sure if this is just a joke or why exactly he thought that this should be the case. But I'm just going to say this. Putting XRP at $0 is kind of weird. And remember, guys, I kept showing you in the past a post from David Swartz. I remember this clearly when he described why a higher price for XRP would help Ripple in several ways. And I can't say that Ripple is going to manipulate the price to get there, but I can tell you that it will be fairly illogical if this crypto really died out. Let's, however, move on to subject number 2, LBRY. So they posted on their Twitter a little bit ago, in the SEC versus LBRY case, the SEC is specifically alleging that because we spend money to improve the already functioning LBRY protocol, that makes LBRY coin a security. If we had sold all LBRY coin, kept the money, and went home, then it wouldn't be a security. Talk about messed up incentives. And Jeremy Hogan says this is spot on. What kind of twilight zone are we living where our SEC believes a rug pull is legal, but if a company stays around to try and fix issues in the protocol, then you better watch out because you are breaking the law. This makes absolutely no sense to me either. And then in all actuality, Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, also said the current rules which the SEC has or works with are just outdated and don't really work anymore. But you can clearly see it in examples like this, where it just is so messed up, guys. It is so strange, it's so skewed. So here's Liz Clement. Jeremy Kaufman tells Clement Countdown, if LBRY loses its case to the SEC, it could severely damage the crypto industry. I think guys can all relate to this and understand. If LBRY now loses this, what basically happens is exactly what they described. If a crypto project uses their token to develop their ecosystem like Ethereum did, which is kind of contradictory, but okay, there's a very high probability that from one strange way, people might actually try to get Ethereum sued as well, or that something along that ballpark is going to happen, where a lot of the cryptos which are really established right now already are still going to get a lawsuit on top of them because they kind of have the same structure as LBRY, where they use their token to develop, because that's every crypto. Then there's a little clip from XRP Army News, and I honestly don't want to talk over it. I just want to show it to you guys. It's with John Deaton. Then again, I'm not so sure if he's going to copyright claim me. I hope he does not, because again, it's for the betterment of the XRP community. So I'm going to try. I'll just keep it smaller so there's less of a chance that something's going to happen. Again, I don't really believe so. Let's get it going.
He's eliminated one of the factors. He, for example, not just the solely factor, but he says if there's an expectation of profit. But as you know, the Howey decision says that an investment of money in a common enterprise and the promoter has led the people to believe, right? The word is led to believe an reasonable expectation of profits. And the issue there is, and I know because there's 65,000 XRP holders, and I have absolutely talked to thousands of them, believe it or not, through affidavits and things of that nature. And it turns out that the majority of first-time purchasers of XRP they were aware of the term Ripple because Ripple and XRP was used interchangeably, but they were unaware of a software company or a company that sold software to banks called Ripple. And my question to you is, can you enter into a common?
So let's quickly also state here. This is, by the way, XRP Army News presenting attorney John E. Deaton and J.W. Verret, or Verret, JDCPA-ZVA. That what he says is very much true, because I've been around the YouTube space for a long while. I've been in the crypto YouTube space for 6 years, which is long in the crypto space, that is. And I noticed, and I really know for sure, that at least 80% of the people back in time used to call XRP Ripple purely because they just thought that this was called Ripple. XRP, at the end of the day, stands for X for, a currency of no specific country, RP, Ripples, or Ripple. And before, there was not really that big a switch between XRP and Ripple, because on CoinMarketCap they even used to call it Ripple and had the Ripple logo and everything. It changed a lot later on. What I mean to say with that is that to me it's not really too strange that people really didn't know that Ripple as a company is a software company doing a lot of things, and XRP the token is something completely different, so to speak. And it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense what he's saying right now.
Common enterprise. If you are oblivious with that promoter and that common enterprise exists.
Well, under the vertical commonality, I don't think you can. You might be able to under horizontal commonality as it's understood now. But again, it's understood now in a way that's far beyond what the Supreme Court originally intended, I think. But yeah, I noticed that in your brief and your filings, and I thought it's incredible that never before has there been an SEC enforcement action where so many people, tens of thousands, how many is it that joined your amicus?
66,000.
66,000 people the SEC is purporting to protect. Say, don't protect me. That's
Right.
it. That's incredible.
That is actually incredible. If you really think about it broadly, it's the same thing for the Bitcoin ETF, where I think if anybody were to do a petition for the Bitcoin ETF, it would also kind of be funny just how many people would stand behind it and say, we don't want you to protect us for the things which you're alleging. Just give it to us, because this really doesn't make a lot of sense at the end of the day.
And that speaks to just, case selection. Is this the right case to be spending your time on? There are real rug pulls, real Ponzi schemes, real frauds.
Agreed.
In that purport to be crypto that I don't think is legit crypto, and none of us who are mainstream crypto like or respect or want anything to do with. Why isn't the SEC spending its time there?
Yeah, and I fully agree with that point again as well. There's so much shitty things going on in the crypto space. Why focus your energy on something which, generally speaking, is loved? But I think that's why they didn't go after Bitcoin and ETH, because they would be even more controversial. So they went after one layer below it. But it's still a really, really low blow. All right, but it is what it is. We can't really stop it. We just know XP is not a security. They just tried something really for strange reason. But even Jerome Powell knows the current crypto rules are not meant for this system, because there's now crypto rules, there's traditional security rules, and they don't apply. So, multi-chain, thrilled to announce that we have integrated with XRP Ledger. This integration opens the door for cross-chain interoperability between the XRP Ledger and other blockchains. Native asset XRP has been supported already, and more will be added soon. It's just a nice little update I had to give out there. That's it. It's not really too big. You don't have to think about it too far. It is the idea that counts, and it's the fact that this is just... It's a cross-chain router protocol envisioned to be the ultimate router, and XP is part of that now. Cool, right? That's it. Is it going to be useful? Maybe. We'll see. All right, Crypto Area sharing the Hinman email John Deaton posted. Screams unethical and dishonest. Josh Bonney of Simpson Thacher, a law firm. The firm that paid Hinman millions while at the SEC suggests an idea. How to look purely passive in attendance together at Ethereum Alliance Association dinner appear more ethical. So, okay, let's check it out. Check it out. All right, check it out. Let's see. Maybe we can implement a protocol where we would not speak or ask questions so that our presence was purely passive. I'm not intuitively grasping what the issue is, however, so that may be a completely stupid idea. In any event, we are happy to sit on the bench this month to make things easy if need be. Does Jay have the same issue with S&C? All right. And John Deaton had an interesting comment on that. But here is proof. In an email, Hinman tells his buddy at Simpson Thacher that the ethics office is resisting him going to the ad hoc dinner if lawyers from Simpson Thacher will be there. Dinner No way Hinman cleared that speech with the ethics office knowing about the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance. So there is a, let's see. I also have to figure out exactly which comes before which. Okay, so we have the, you know what? It's always difficult to me because the US uses a different month system, but in this case, here we go. Okay, so the month is the middle one, and yeah. Okay, but this is just completely opposite way. Why did they do this? Why is it other way around? Why not just the normal freaking system of days first, then months, then years? Why is it years, months, days? All right, so this is the 7th of March, and then we have the 11th. Okay, so let's start from up to bottom. Hinman to Bonnie Joshua. Bill, I got promoted. Oh yeah, from Bonnie to William. Bill, I got promoted to be co-head of the DC office. Not sure what an office head does, but I guess I will find out. I'm sure you're very interested in our eternal BS over here. Not. That's kind of funny. Is there a headache for you coming to ad hoc next month? If folks from Simpson are there, we can sit out a month if it makes your life easier. Not really sure what I'm talking about and may have it completely wrong, but I heard that there could be a hassle for you. He replies saying, Josh, thanks for your note and congrats to you. Let's discuss ad hoc. Our ethics folks were resisting my attending if STB, the law firm, was going to be present. I don't like the idea of STB, Simpson Thatcher. Right? Simpson, yeah. Having to miss the meeting because of me, but we can talk about it. And then Bonnie responds again, Joshua. Maybe we could implement a protocol where we would not speak or ask questions so that our presence was purely passive. I'm not intuitively grasping the issue is, however, so that may be a completely stupid idea. In any event, we are happy to sit on the bench this month to make things easy if need be. Does Jay have the same issue with the company? And Bonnie also said, Bill, any further thoughts on ad hoc? Sorry to bug you on this, trying to make travel plans or not. And also tell Davis Polk whether they need to do the work to put together an actual agenda if you and Jay won't be able to make it. Very, very peculiar. Very, very peculiar. Let us quickly see on the side here. We can find this. Yeah, so John Hell sent the response saying, the ethics office told Hinman to avoid going to a dinner if lawyers from his firm, a law firm, were going to be present. Why? Because of the appearance of impropriety or impropriety. That's why. You think ethics lawyers knew about the free pass speech while collecting $50 million from a member of the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance? Question mark. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Just something to keep in the back of your head, right? I'm just trying to share all the information I could find. We have more, though. Again, long video, I know. Make sure you press the like button if you enjoyed it, and make sure you actually check out my socials, Twitter, TheDustyBC, Instagram, TheDustyBC, and TikTok, DustyBC. Make sure you go ahead and check it out. Plus, of course, guys, my new Telegram, where I basically post every single idea I have about trading and whatnot. You might want to join that as well. But next, wow, this is Scott Chamberlain. A full paper on SEC regulatory uncertainty without mentioning XRP or SCCV Ripple? That's quite an eye-opening admission for a U.S. crypto industry association. Does the Blockchain Association only represent blocks and not ledgers, or what? Mark says they only represent prototypes, scams, and Ponzi schemes. I can't quote that and say that's the truth. But Jake says the novelty of crypto require novel regulatory policies, but the SEC still relies on the Securities Act of 1933. A fantastic paper on the SEC's inconsistent attempts to regulate crypto from my Blockchain Association colleague, Sarah Hambley. Read. And again, not sure why. Twain says, bad luck not to even mention the Ripple XP lawsuit. Jake, you can't be taken seriously. Be better at your job. And I fully agree. This makes absolutely no sense. It's stupid to not mention it, purely because it's such a big part. I mean, they could have not said it was unrightful, but they should have at least mentioned, because it's the biggest crypto lawsuit that the SEC has done thus far, right? I think so. Maybe not in terms of money, but in terms of the effect and the sort of strangeness about it, for sure. Then Wrath of Kahneman, sharing new Ripple partner QNB, October 4th, mentions that Ripple partnership and the new corridor opened between QNB Qatar and QNB Finansbank, Turkey. Again, and this is just Ripple making yet another connection between a couple of different countries. Now in this case here between Qatar and Turkey, which is just very nice to see because it's the expansion that we like. This article is a little bit older, the news is older, but again, very often we don't find these things a couple of months later because you basically have to check out every single company and exactly what press releases they've done, and that's kind of hard when there's so many hundreds of them. Let us move on though. Wrath of Kahneman also shared, Ripple partner Boss Revolution has launched remittance to Jamaica from the US. Again, not necessarily the best of connections, nor is it going to be groundbreaking, but it's again the fundamentals that are being built for further development down the road. Talking about this further development, here's a interesting thing I shared over on Twitter. Just know that XRP's usage is growing like crazy in the background. New all-time high for ODL. Liquidity Index bot shared a little bit earlier that the liquidity index for Bitstam's XRP to Euro over an 84-day moving trend had about, I guess, an all-time high. Let's put it like that for the volume again. And the most important part about this, in my opinion, is the fact that we're not really noticing any increase in price due to this for I guess Ripple's side of getting more usage for whatever solution they have, specifically for XRP. We're not seeing a one-to-one with the price. What we are seeing is a steady increase over years, which will most likely continue to kind of prosper and continue on. And the fact that the fundamentals and the usage for XRP just keeps on increasing. Yet again, the SEC kind of is pushing, remember, is pushing for XRP being a security up until about December of 2020. But it's been operating for about a year and a bit, almost a year and a half again already, without any new further issues or so. And again, they're still not doing anything about that. Again, the little summary is Ripple is still expanding like crazy. Now, status shared, SCCV Ripple will see some decision maybe within weeks by Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO. And this is actually very interesting. Apparently, in March, he said, I am optimistic we'll see some decisions maybe within weeks. I think the question that the court has been asking have been very thoughtful, and I'm hopeful that we'll get some clarity soon. Now, to be honest with you, I think I'm not 1,000% sure. I thought, at least, that this was actually about some specific issues within the Ripple v. SEC case, as again, right now, as it currently stands, is being taken a little bit out of context as we don't know exactly what he's optimistic about. It's not really portrayed. Then again, I've also seen some articles which all state that some decisions might be made in as soon as May, but the most of the lawyers that we spoke to say about September to November is when the results are going to be coming in or when the case might end. That depends though, because there can always be a settlement earlier than that. And then Riz shared, can the judges ignore what FinCEN already did back in 2015 and 16 to XRP? As again, if you don't remember, let's quickly read this. It doesn't take long. You guys can't see it perfectly, but it's all right. The SEC's only response is that Ripple, you know what? Never mind, I got you. The SEC's only response is that Ripple has merely slapped the label currency on XRP and ignored the economic substance of XRP as an investment contract. That is flatly incorrect. First, it is not Ripple that labeled XRP as a currency. It was the Department of Justice and FinCEN that did so back in 2015, and the evidence will show that the government considered XRP to be a prominent example of a virtual currency even earlier. Second, the FinCEN interpretive letter that the SEC now points to in Fin 2 makes clear that FinCEN does not differentiate between real currencies and convertible virtual currencies. Third, this is not just a matter of labels. XP2 LLC, Ripple's wholly owned subsidiary, has been registered and has been supervised as a money service business with FinCEN since 2015 and since 2016 by the New York Department of Financial Services as a virtual currency firm precisely because XRP is a virtual currency. Then again, Jeremy Hogan responded saying, the FinCEN's determination isn't binding on the court since there was never an appellate decision level decision. And even if there was, the argument is that something can be both a currency and a security at the same time. Don't ask me how. That's an argument from the SEC. And to relate back as to how that argument came about, what they basically described is FinCEN, or the Department of Justice, can see one thing as one thing. So they can see, for example, XP as a currency, while the SEC sees something as a security, while the IRS sees something as a commodity. It's a possibility, they said, in the US that every different entity sees something differently. At least that's something I've read throughout this time. Man, oh man, is this actually interesting, man. It's so crazy how we're seeing this develop. All right, it's so crazy. Then again, guys, if you enjoy these daily crypto videos, make sure you press that like button. This was a very big update on Ripple and everything within the ecosystem, just everything that I had here for the last couple of days that I did not have time to share. So make sure you press the like button if you enjoyed this update/video. But I'll see you guys again in another crypto update very, very soon.